I want to eat a pizza. Stop the sexy, please, no more sexy. Hello, I'm back to talk about episode 1 of Boys Planet C, and I'm so excited because this episode lived up to my expectations and it was so good. He Jung-shin really got a sexy complimentation made by Mnet, and I was so annoyed after a minute of hearing the same word over and over again. Sexy, sexy, sexy a million times. But I guess it worked out for him since he got screen time and it made sense. I remember him now as the sexy guy. And then we got the two trainees kissing. Like, really? Almost kissing, my bad. Almost, but not really. I think both of them know that you have to do something bold to get screen time on a boys' planet because both of them have experience on previous survival shows and now they know that they have to do something bold because otherwise they will get no screen time. And then we had the master intros and Shouting showed up and she is just so beautiful. That is all I have to say. She is gorgeous. Also, I was shocked when they showed the same masters from Planet K were also in Planet C. So that edit of the trainees seeing each other from both planets was not real. Why did I fall for that, Mnet? Anyways, the first team was the sexy guy doing a performance, and I don't really remember much of it. I don't think they did that great, but somehow he got 2 stars, but I thought they were all 1 stars for real. But why is the Chinese version of Boys Planet so much more cruel? Because if you have a 0 star, you have to leave immediately through the center door. But for the K planet, they just left the same way, through the side. That is so mean. Next, we had the Shanghai team performing Devil's Game by 0 Base 1, and I thought their vocals were pretty decent, especially Bowen. Of course, he was the one that people thought was very good, and then I saw some people hating on them for whatever reason. After their performance, we got a shot of Hyorin saying, "Looks were part of the evaluation?" And then Justice says, "Yeah, I've been including them the entire time." And she says, "Oh, I haven't done that at all." And you know what? I agree with both of them. It should be kind of half and half though. Next, we got Sun Jae-yang, and he is so adorable. If you watched him on Starlight Boys, you know he is literally like a little bean. Adorable. His team performed Pump It Up by Boy Story, and I didn't think the song was great, and I didn't think the performance was amazing either, but somehow Sun Jae-yang got All-Star. I don't know how. His vocals were not outstanding, but yes, he was very cute. I thought at most maybe 2 stars, but All-Star is very strange to me. To be honest, he did not improve that much from Starlight Boys, considering that it was very recent last year that he was on Starlight Boys. And then there was the Ningbo team with a famous actor who played with Jackie Chan and June and the H from 17. And then he messed up on his performance, which was really sad because he has this great career and then he messed up at the wrong moment. But he still did pretty good for his dancing and everything. And at least he got a 1 star. So he survived. And then we got the scene of the one 16-year-old trainee guy who said he misses his mom and he was starting to get teary-eyed. And the mentor, 1 star, he asked him, "When was the last time you saw her? Send her a video message right now." And then he did. He started crying and he said he saw his mom yesterday. This is reminding me of when a mom leaves their child for kindergarten and the child starts crying. Like yesterday. Really? But I'm sure he had some difficult time since he's living abroad and he is very, very young. And then we had the InCode trainees, and Sen was so amazing for being 5 months of a trainee compared to the other guy who trained for 2 years and his vocals were not very good at all. And then he got eliminated. There was a little intermission break in between and we saw Jack imitating eating a pizza because he was so hungry. That guy is hilarious. Now we are on to the highlight of this episode, which is Sun Hengyu. Oh my god. He was so nervous that he couldn't even introduce himself properly. His backstory literally pierced my soul. He debuted in 2022 with the Nugu group and they didn't do well. And then he went on a year hiatus and they disbanded. And then his company threw him away, so he had financial troubles and he had to do multiple part-time jobs. And he had 12-hour shifts. And then he said, all that he knows how to do is sing and dance. And without it, he doesn't know what. Literally stabbed me right in the heart. It was so sad. During his pre-auditions, he did so many extra things. Like right when the staff was saying, okay, good job, he raised his hand and said, I can show you something else, I can show you something else. You can tell he is so desperate. And it really, really hit me in the feels. He said he came thinking that this is his last chance and he will give up his dream if he doesn't make it this time. Just run me over with a train right now. So he sings Never from Produce 101 and he did so amazing, but as soon as the beat dropped and he started doing this little dance, I started bawling my eyes out because it was just so emotional for me. And I was just like, Justice, I was crying because it was just too much. I was so proud of him, but I couldn't focus because I was crying. I really hope he debuts. Next, we have the two trainees who performed Naughty Boy by Pentagon. Hyun's face trying not to laugh in front of them was too much for me. And the Bang 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 guy, oh my god. All the trainees. Oof. If I was on stage and the masters started laughing in front of my face, I would have just said, open that center door right now. I'm leaving. It's honestly so amazing that all of them just went through the complete performance without stopping. I give them kudos for that because they are braver than me. And then we got the Australian trainee Jack, who asked the other trainees with experience, what happens if you need a poop during the show? And then he says, please have no expectations right before his stage starts. But he did amazing with Tap by Taeyong. But goddamn, he is really weird, but hilarious in a weird way. Why was he Asian squatting and then waiting for the announcement of his evaluation and then lying on the floor and then screaming and oh, he was a lot. Finally, we have Anshin who did Fever with Jahao and they both did very amazing. I love them and I'm so glad that they got all stars. Every time Anshin is on screen, I'm just blown away by how beautiful and handsome he is. In the end, we have the teaser for Boy Story and I'm so curious as to what happened to them because they released a song last year and then suddenly they went on hiatus and like half of the members said they were going to start college and study abroad and now like half of them are here, so I assume that JYP just gave up on them. The youngest debuted at the age of 9, which is insane, and JYP, you should be ashamed for that. Now, in the teaser for the next episode, we find out that no stars still get eliminated, and that means there have been 2 eliminations without public voting, and you can still vote for eliminated trainees on the app, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it's so cruel because Mnet made all those trainees go to those PR videos and those events and act like they're still on the show. Please vote for me, even though they're already eliminated. I think that's so cruel. If you haven't seen the list of rumored trainees who are eliminated, which is turning out to be true, you should look that up if you don't want to waste your vote. Mnet is evil.